Got it. Hello, good morning, everyone. Such a nice crowd showing up today. We are going to be live here today and tomorrow. So welcome. Last week we were jamming on sacred geometry, in particular sacred geometry that is a little less known, and really directly connects you to masculine and feminine energies. Today we are going to be a little bit more path oriented. The astrology is really calling us into a deeper space of intimacy. So, setting our intention today for intimacy, not only in partnership in the ways we generally think about intimacy, but also just intimacy with all things we connect with in our life, like really understanding the vibration of frequencies and who and what it is that we are creating. We're at a choice point, if you will, of like who we are here to become. And so today is designed just to help us get so super clear on what the frequency of that feels like. So with that, let's go ahead, taking a nice deep breath in. Closing your eyes, letting the sun settle on your face as we start our light link, imagining that sun shining down if you don't have it there directly with you. And a nice exhale. And another nice deep breath in. And that sun sending a cord of connection up to that golden light. And a nice big exhale. So with that, I'm going to have you shift your focus now from the sun at the top of your mind. If you feel it melting and warming your forehead and the top of your head, really take a moment, get intimate with the sun, and then shifting to your feet, feeling your feet, being intimate with the earth beneath you. Even if you're wearing shoes, just whatever the texture is. I know we go imaginatory space usually first here. We're going to do that also. So I want to have you get intimate, since that's our theme today, with whatever it is that your feet are actually touching. What is your skin, the balls of your feet rubbing up against? What are the heels pressing into? Or are you sitting crisscross, as they used to say for my kids, and feeling the air against your feet? All right. Now taking that back up to the sun and imagining the sun pouring down over the top of your head and running over you like a river, using a lot of this river energy in the video. And as you imagine the energy pouring over you, just allowing it to wash away dimensionally whatever is around your feet, and letting yourself be carried, just be carried in the current to where your feet are going to land. So just allow yourself to float as though the river has picked you up. So much golden light is coming in and through. It's carrying you downstream in your consciousness. And your feet, after floating for a few minutes, maybe you imagine feeling the sun on your forehead, warming you as you float down this river of golden light. And then you find yourself drifting to the shore. Maybe you want to keep swimming down river. Go ahead and do a couple intentional strokes, imagining landing on the shore of that current of energy that's flowing. You don't have to climb out of the current of energy, but again, coming into intimacy, feeling the surface beneath your feet. Is it sandy? Is it rocky? Is it sharp? Is it smooth? Does it feel cold? to your feet. Really allow yourself to begin to dimensionally wander. And before you go any further, just connect in here. Turn back again, imagining the sun at the edge of that river of golden light, knowing that the golden light is not only life, but the angels, the forces. We are in such a new energetic phase, so incredibly new. And it seems that for the amount of light that shows up in our meditative space and the newness and the qualities of it, sharper and brighter in our imaginatory space, we also are confronted with equally the moment we step out of this reality into other, the absence, equally as much absence of light, just things being sideways and challenge. So as we take this moment, our job is to get very familiar and intimate with all of this new current. We very much, as a planet, not only are we getting phenomenal solar flares, but our trajectory is guiding us. We have passed over some threshold of where there is just more and more and more light, for lack of a better term. It's like we've risen above the surface of the ocean, and now we are kind of permanently affixed above, and we're only going to continue to ascend. There will continue to be more high frequency energy available to us. And so each of you as leaders in this capacity can sense this, can feel it, but because it is so new, it's why we get to learn to be intimate with it. What are the textures and the flavors not yet seen? It's a new frontier, a new wilderness, if you will. And so as you stand at the shore of this river, this current of energy, it's, if you've ever seen a dam that is being slowly opened, or a levee where they're just allowing the water more and more and more to be let in, it's almost like that's what we are experiencing. This ocean of energy being released onto the earth. And so as you feel all of this liquidy, watery energy rising at the shore, you begin to take a few steps towards not so much the surface, but the shore, up the shore bank, if you will. And much like Isis caring for Horus, much like Isis caring for Horus, rising up out of the weeds, out of the bushes at the edge of the shore, through the congestion and the clutter, and discovering a path, noticing that there's a path there. And one of these paths is going to lead you back upstream to revisit everything that you've been up to. And one of them is going to lead you out into the wilderness. Out into the new horizon and the new beginning. I want to have you feel, not just jump to the conclusion of where you're going to go as you see these two paths kind of making their way through the woods. I want to have you feel, really using your intuition. Where are you being called to? Where are you being called to share lights? And it's not a permanent decision in any way. Actually, they both will land at the same destination. But do you feel yourself being called into the lineage, if you will, to the left or into the new horizon to the right. Or maybe you notice there you can go straight ahead away from this raging, flooding waters, bringing the waters with you. And so before you make a decision, again, feel into the time, feel into the frequency. So we have found the convergence of multiple timelines, all flowing now in the golden light in sacred time. A couple nice deep breaths in. And before we make this decision, first, what I want to have you sync up and connect with are your angels. Go ahead and connecting again to that golden light. And do they call you to your right? Do they call you to your left or forward? Maybe you imagine the path being illuminated in gold. And just notice which direction you feel called. And then I want to have you sync up with your lineage. Well, actually, we'll do two. We're going to do two for lineage. Just tuning in, feeling that those rising waters of light behind you, at your back, propelling you forward. And as you feel into your physical genetic lineage, notice which path illuminates. Are you called to the right or the left? Which path turns green or turns gold? And does it match up with what your angel called you to? And just slow it down here. The next one, and I'm giving you all of them kind of quickly so that you can observe and go through each thing again on your own. The next one is going to be your soul lineage. Your soul's lineage. Where you have been a priest or a priestess or a light warrior or a mage. And maybe a shepherd of the darkness. Not afraid to go into the dark. Remember where we began this journey, the timelines that are converging are all from being in less light and under the surface. So as you feel these three, your angels, your soul's lineage, and your genetic lineage, your ancestry, it may be that each path begins to illuminate, or it could be only one. Breathing in and out. So now we have come what we're actually here for today. And that is, what in this lifetime are you building? What are you creating? What are you building? What is coming together for you? What is each of these paths guiding you towards? And so with that intention in mind and becoming very intimate with the path of your angels, taking a moment and weave those two concepts together, letting the frequency of your angels become very intimate for you. How do they feel? Do they touch your face? Or maybe embrace you in a hug? Can you sense their wings beating, calling you forward? Now for the path for your ancestry. Does it feel heavier or lighter, constricted or expansive? Can you feel loved ones or your tribe, not just intimate ancestors that we know in our family tree, but our tribe that you carry the genetics for? Breathing in and out, feeling into that, becoming intimate with that sensation. And now feeling your soul's lineage and its path. Does it feel like light or does it feel heavy? All right, now that we've connected intimacy with each of these, I want to have you take a moment to imagine journeying deeper into each of their frequencies. And maybe it's not about stepping forward onto the path, but rather pausing, much like Isis did, as she conceived the sun god Horus at the edge of the river. And maybe she conceived and hid within there in the abundance. Maybe it was a river of consciousness and golden light flooding in the dimension that she created. And so maybe the path forward isn't out and into the wilderness and through the reeds and the bushes and the trees lining the riverbank, but maybe it is a turn within to the exact spot where all of these paths converge. And before you get to weave or bring together each of these frequencies. So again, I ask, what is the energy that you are building? What is the energy of what you are building, I should say? And so as you pause, maybe kneeling down or sitting on the earth at the edge of this riverbank, feeling all of this new consciousness flooding in, maybe rising up and grabbing some of those waters, cupping them in your hand, and bringing them into these different threads of these different frequencies, the angels, your ancestry, your lineage, your soul's lineage, in the consciousness of new. Not allowing yourself to be swept away in the times of change, but truly allow yourself to drift, to be in light, to be in love, to just be present here to the moment. And as you bring all of these threads intimately of these frequencies together, a new energy takes form. A new portal of light activates you and what it is you are here building and creating, transforms. And it is through all of this that you are able to allow yourself not to take steps forward, but to be transported into the future dimensions of what you have built, what you have created, already done. Breathing in and out. Allowing this energy in your heart now to open and expand. Allowing yourself to grow from the seedling of the human that you are, rising above the reeds, lining the shore, and to see a whole new world as you step out of this creation space forming around you. Imagining the people you'll impact in the path of your future vision, lining the path of your future vision, how illumined their hearts are in the same concoction of energy, with the same level of intimacy with the frequencies that have been created. I cannot reinforce enough the messaging to each of you that you are light beings. You are here allowing these words and the visuals of this river to flow through your consciousness. You are called, your soul is calling you to even greater capacity for light and love, to even greater intimacy with what it means to be human, to allowing for the time and the energy around you to speed up while in your daily rituals and routines, you slow down. It is the speeding up that is the validation that what you are creating is taking hold, that the new frequency is integrating and embedding itself, that you are beginning to form a world built on a field of energy that is unique to you. And that field of energy is the path forward. That your role is to be intimate with it. So go fast, have the big list of things to do, as long as you're in intimacy with the frequencies that are moving through you, allowing yourself to feel the pull and the connection of this future vision. The ocean, the tide that has been flooding in, no longer just a river, a current of energy flooding our planet, but reflected in every heart and every human that you see. Why not you? Why not simple? Why not focus exclusively on the light? For the path we truly get to choose is how much we care to embrace the consciousness, our mind merging. What if we never had an absence of light in our life? How would we think? How would we feel? How would we connect to all things beautiful in creation? Let yourself become intimate with your cycles, your ebbs and your flows, your currents of energy, knowing that you are here to build with light. We're here to weave a new beginning. And in whatever ways your heart calls you forward, knowing, trusting that your desire is the desire of God. Breathing in and out. Nice big exhale. Your desires are the desires of God, Father, Mother, God, universe, flowing in its own nature. Beautiful. It's allowing love and gratitude pour through you. And so with that, we come back to the sunlight, feeling its warm embrace on our cheeks, ever present, ever abundant. We come back to the earth, feeling supported, all things needed for our divine nature here, evidenced for us, provided for. We come back to the fullness and the light and the love of your path and what your heart is feeling called to, releasing all of those restrictions of lack of needing to hustle. And we come back to the reminder that as Pachamama rises from the earth and as the great white buffalo woman always is present for us, that we have everything we need. We are cared for. We are loved. And so slowly making your way back into the room, back into the moment. As we finish our time together, gazing upon White Buffalo Woman, her mountain, and feeling that guidance, speaking and whispering to you throughout the day. Love you all so much. I will see you tomorrow. Namaste. So much love.